Hello again, little friends. Welcome back to Tiny Faith, where big Bible stories are told in tiny, fun ways just for you. Today's story is about something amazing and a little mysterious. Let's see what happens when Moses goes to speak to Pharaoh, and something strange happens to the Nile River. A long time ago, God's people, the Israelites, were living in Egypt, but they weren't treated kindly. Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, made them work very hard as slaves. God wanted his people to be free, so he chose a man named Moses to help them. Moses had deep brown skin, a thick beard, and wore a long robe with a wooden staff in his hand. He was kind, strong, and listened closely to God's voice. God said to Moses, "Go to Pharaoh and tell him, 'Let my people go.'" So Moses and his brother Aaron went to the palace to speak with Pharaoh. Pharaoh was a proud ruler. He wore a golden crown and a long robe with jewels. He sat on a tall throne and looked down at Moses with a stern face. Moses stood bravely and said, "The Lord says, 'Let his people go.'" But Pharaoh shook his head and laughed. "No, I will not let them go." Then God gave Moses a sign to show Pharaoh that he was serious. Moses raised his wooden staff high over the great Nile River. With Aaron's help, he struck the water. And suddenly, the river began to change. The blue water turned red, just like blood. Fish floated to the top. The water smelled bad. People couldn't drink it, and the animals ran away. Everyone was surprised. Even Pharaoh's helpers were shocked. But Pharaoh still said no. God was showing Pharaoh that he was powerful, and he wanted his people to be free. This was just the first of many signs God would send. Moses and Aaron trusted God and did exactly what he told them to do. And even though Pharaoh said no, God's plan was just beginning. Wow, God used Moses to turn a river into blood, a powerful sign to rescue his people. When things look impossible, remember, God is strong and he always keeps his promises. Thanks for watching, little friends. We'll see you again tomorrow, right here on Tiny Faith, where tiny hearts grow big with God's love. Bye-bye.